The mobility sector has a major impact on our unsustainable development. For instance, it accounts for almost a quarter of European greenhouse gas emissions and half of public space concealed by roads. Fundamental changes are needed, some already in progress.
Changing regulations and markets do not only require new processes, products and services. Instead, we need to reprioritize business goals and values in order to achieve sustainable innovation in business models and ecosystems.
Corporate values and strategies have started to prioritize sustainable value creation along with short-term goals. However, only few companies succeed to translate global values and visions into actionable guidelines that actually drive new business development. In pursuit of its core values, our project partner Michelin, the international tire manufacturer, has quantified its sustainability ambitions in terms of people, planet and profit. But how to bridge the gap between high-flying values and ambitions for the future on the one side and new business development on the other? Based on a review of corporate values, purpose and ambitions, we prepared a one-day envisioning workshop at Michelin's headquarters in Clermont-Ferrand. We proceeded in 4 steps. 1. Prioritizing. 2. Combining. 3. Envisioning. And 4. Deriving implications.
First, participants prioritized future mobility scenarios, as well as the company's values and sustainability ambitions. Participants presented their own interpretations of the scenarios, values and ambitions to articulate their assumptions. Essential components for mobility business development were selected according to 3 criteria: personal desirability, relevance for sustainable future mobility, and values fit for Michelin.
Second, small teams combined mobility scenarios with Michelin's core values and sustainability ambitions and bundled them to specify guidelines for mobility business development. For instance, one participant suggested combining A, a scenario where new sustainable business models evolve, with B, Michelin's core value of respect for facts, and C, the ambition to achieve financial value measured by return on capital employed.
In the third stage, participants envisioned future mobility offerings at local sites in Clermont-Ferrand. Techniques like imagining heaven and hell helped them to specify both hopes and risks for each location. For example, they imagined a health scenario for grocery shopping. It involved increased consumption and deliveries, missing transparency, lack of social contact, and lack of local product supplies. In contrast, a heaven scenario suggested eco-friendly grocery deliveries around the clock and hubs for local trade and proximity business. The resulting guidelines and bundles of values, ambitions and vision seats helped the participants to describe future sustainable mobility innovations at each site. Participants then reinterpreted sustainable business model design patterns to pitch how business has transformed Clermont-Ferrand in 2035. And they discussed the strengths and weaknesses of each business model. For example, they envisioned the company using its former Clermont-Ferrand manufacturing facilities as test beds for research and development. In these sites, Michelin would prototype new services with partner companies. These services then expand into broader ecosystems such as railways and public transport.
The fourth and final step was to derive in-depth implications for the proposed business models through the lens of legislative, social and economic approaches to sustainable innovation. Participants took turns to represent the roles of an EU officer, CSR manager and Michelin's CEO in 2035 and to comment on the business models pitched in the previous exercise. This role-play highlighted the different considerations and stakeholder priorities for the development of sustainable mobility business models. For instance, the participants recognized the pivotal role of regional economies of proximity and the potential for entering adjacent markets such as health, energy and logistics. The role of legislation was emphasized as being essential for providing reliable directives, economic incentives, and platforms to foster collaboration among companies and stakeholders.
These insights were summarized as a fictional future press release titled Michelin's Eco-Mobility Revolution. Clermont-Ferrand pioneers sustainable change. It articulates a vision how Michelin could lead the sustainable mobility transition, being supported by new European regulations and advanced community partnerships.
We gained 3 essential results. First, actionable guidelines for new business development. Second, local visions for future sites with sustainable business models. And third, stakeholder contributions that are needed to make it happen. Feel free to contact us if you are interested in more details on the methods or results of the project. Thank you for watching.